Hey everybody, soybean farmer here. Well, in the last video we worked on that little finishing disc RWA by John Deere, and we got it level. Yeah, I can run fifth gear about 1700 RPM, gives me good travel speed, and I'm not leaving that center high ridge anymore. But when I took that thing all apart, I discovered some stuff, and let me show you remnants of what I discovered. Okay, what we found when we took this apart, there were bushings that these bolts actually ran on. These are new bolts because what I found when I took it apart is the bolts had real bad wear in them, and that's the remnants of the back bushing. It's tore all to pieces, and the front bushing was totally gone. So I just put it back together, and I went out there and I pulled a little bit to see if I'd solved the problem. Yes, I have. I've got it running level. Came back down here and got to looking at it and said, what have I got around here that I can make a bushing out of? Well, I had two of these. That's what you call a Cat1 to Cat2 bushing. Use them on the balls, on the lift arms, on a 3-point hitch. So I had these silver ones. They were in the toolbox as spares. I had two of them, and I took one of them and I took the cutoff wheel and I went right down like that, twice side by side to give me a gap. I put it in the vise and squeezed it together, and it turned out perfect. I mean, after I had squeezed it together, I still had to use a hammer to tap it into the receiver on the hitch. And when I squeezed it together, you can see how little bit of play there is here on that. After squeezing it together, there was no play. It was just like the parts were made in a factory for one another. Well, I was delighted with that. But then I realized I needed another one of these, and I only had one to do the backside. So I stopped by the store and got me 6 of these, have some spares. And I'll take these two like this, and I'll end up cutting them, take them, put them in a vise, squeeze them together, drive them in from each side, and I'm thinking I'm going to have a little bit hang off out here. If I do, then I'll take the grinder to it to make it flush so the arms come back up on it. But after you get them squeezed in enough to go in the hole, they end up actually for real nice fit on the bolt. Now, I'd rather have that bushing in there getting tore all to pieces than have the pipe on the actual disc getting that hole egg-shaped. What I've managed to accomplish with that cutoff saw is sawing that slice out. Now I'm going to stick it in the vise and squeeze it together so that I can get it in the hole. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I drop the bolt through it so that I don't compress it too much, because I know that bolt's still got to be able to slide through there. But by putting it in the vise and rotating it slightly as I keep compressing it, I'll be able to close it up enough to get it into the hole that's in the shaft out there on the disc. I'm real close to being where I want to be with this. I pushed that up there with my hand like that, and I believe I could probably take a hammer and drive it in there at this point. But that's the hole, and you can see it's already got a little egg-shaped thing going on to it, the way it's been pulled for 50 years. And this is just gonna give me something that I can replace. In fact, I'm pretty confident now that I can go ahead and take a hammer and drive that in there. That worked. I like it. Now I'll just go cut the other one. I can see how it compressed. It was all just an estimate. And you see there's going to still be a little bit of play there, but nothing like there was without a bushing on it. Yeah. Get the one on the other side and that'll tighten that side up. All right, let's go cut that one and come back and do that. All right, that's what that side looks like. And we'll take a look at the other side. And that's what that side looks like. Yeah, that's going to give me peace of mind. I'm not going to be freaking out about this anymore. All right, I got both my bushings in, and homemade bushings, but they're tight and I like it. And here's why, you know, I bought new bolts. Look at that. See, it's all messed up. Now, these bolts are just slightly larger than that, and they go through every hole out there except for that one. I could probably beat it in there with a hammer, but nah, I ain't gonna do that. See, it goes through there. All four, everything except that one. And I think I'm gonna have some fun with a drill bit and see if I can get this enlarged enough. Go play with that. Okay, I didn't film that. It was brutal because I ended up violating the code of conduct for the fair and ethical treatment of drill bits. But I got my hole. Okay, let's go put it back together.